Hey everybody, this episode of Our Kids Play Hockey is brought to you by our title sponsor, NHL Sense Arena. Look, we all want our kids to succeed in hockey, but let's face it, finding training that's both effective and enjoyable can be a real challenge, and not to mention expensive and a total drain on time, especially if you have to drive to the rink, pay a private instructor. There's so many reasons that money gets spent on this game. But that's where NHL Sense Arena steps in. It's a virtual reality training game that brings the rink into your home that takes off-ice training to a new reality. It's designed to improve hockey sense and IQ, something that's lacking majorly in the game today for both players and goalies. And you get unlimited access to over 100 drills and training plans from top coaches and players that can be played anytime, anywhere, with drills approved by USA Hockey player and goalie development directors. Look, improving mental hockey skills at home has really never been more fun, and any hockey player that uses this is going to have a blast, all right? I've used this before on my own, and it feels like you're so immersed in an arena, you sometimes forget you have a headset on. And again, it's not being on the ice, but it allows you to work on some of these skill sets like scanning, as I said before, hockey IQ, looking around the rink, making the right plays, that getting those repetitions in now as a hockey player are super important for your development. So NHL Sense Arena is giving all the listeners an exclusive offer for $50 off an annual plan when you use our code HOCKEYNEVERSTOPS at checkout. Again, that's Hockey Never Stops. All you got to do is go to hockey.sensearena.com. Again, that's hockey.sensearena.com. Use the code HOCKEYNEVERSTOPS, and you'll save $50 on your annual plan of NHL Sense Arena. Make sure to check that out and enjoy this episode of Our Kids Play Hockey.
Kids, we're recording this one in the car. This is hockey mom Christie and her daughter Sophia. We want to talk to you about something that's really important, and it's important to learn this at an early age. It's time management. You kids are going to find it a struggle at first. I mean, you got to do your homework, you got to be places, you got to be the rink on time, practice and all that. And Sophia is going to chime in right now with some advice. Sophia, what do you suggest as far as the best way to manage your time?
I would definitely suggest keeping a weekly planner where you can write down everything you have to do that day, and it just makes it a lot easier to keep track of all your homework assignments, when your practices are, and when your games are, and that way you can plan ahead.
That's a great tip. Keeping a planner. How do you feel about needing to, do things right away? I mean, how important is it when you get an assignment, no matter what it is, not to wait?
I'd say it's really important, especially when it comes to homework. I try to do a little bit each time, so then when you are doing it, it's not super overwhelming, and you have at least a little bit done, so it doesn't take as much time.
You played college hockey, so that must have been crazy busy. That's like having two jobs, going to school and having all those obligations for hockey. You were on the road a lot. You had games that were sometimes, a day away just to get there. How did you manage all that?
Well, being on a coach bus, you learn to use that to your advantage. And like, you kids could do that in the car too, work on your homework during your rides to the rink or rides to games or tournaments. It's a perfect opportunity to work on a little bit of homework and then tune in to what you want to do on the ice a little bit after.
What'd you do when you got really stressed out, when things seem like, oh my gosh, I've got so much to do? And hockey.
I usually shoot pucks for a little bit and maybe take like a 10 to 15 minute break each time I was doing an assignment that was really getting to me.
Excellent advice. All right, kids, get that homework done when you're riding to the rink. This is Christie and Sophia signing off. Do, 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 do.